The worst technician in your town is currently taking your best customers. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The guy who's out there doing hack work. He's cutting corners. He couldn't tell you the difference between subcool and a subwoofer. Yet, his trucks are brand new and his phone is ringing off the hook. While you're out here killing yourself to do the job right, he's winning. Not because he's better at the trade than you. No, he's just better engineered. You've been taught that if you just work harder, you'll win. And for a long time, that was true. But in 2026, sweat equity has a ceiling. You can pull 80-hour weeks running circles around your competition, but if the digital system is designed to ignore you, you're just out there spinning your tires in the mud. Hey, I'm Mark Cantrell, and I spent 15 years in the truck, and I know the pride of a perfect install. But I also know the frustration of a blank dispatch board because the rules of the game changed while we were out there busy working. I created the upward blueprint to build the structure that actually holds the weight of your ambition. Look, I'm a tradesman first. I thought as long as I did a good job that the phone would stay busy. But doing a good job is just the entry fee now. It's not the win condition. Think of Google as your ultimate city inspector. In 2026, Google is a verification engine. It doesn't care how good your installs are. It only cares if it can trust your data. If your digital blueprints are outdated, well, your business is getting red tagged before your customers even know you exist. You're trying to build a 2026 business, but you're running on a 1995 code book. Well, we're here today to get your prints up to code so you can stop fighting the system and start making it work for you. Let's take a look at the prints. So pillar one, we're going to start with the foundation. We start with the slab. If the foundation isn't right, the rest of the build is just a countdown to a collapse. Your website is the foundation, but here's where most guys fail. Okay, you wouldn't pour yourself a 10 by 10 slab and expect it to hold up a 2,000 square foot house. If your website data doesn't back up what your Google business profile is claiming, the whole thing is going to collapse. In 2026, if your foundation isn't engineered to the inspector specs, you're going to be deemed unsafe for the map. Stay tuned because we're going to be pouring a foundation that's going to be strong enough to hold your dominant business. That leads us into pillar number two, which is going to be the structure. Okay, so this is your Google business profile, the house that sits on top of the foundation. If the framing doesn't line up perfectly with your footings, well, you're structurally unsound. If Google sees a mismatch between your site and your Google business profile, well, you fail the inspection and you're not going to get that occupancy permit so that you can show up on the map pack. We're going to align these two perfectly so that you're the first name that people see when the emergency calls finally start coming in. So now that we have our foundation and our structure built, we need to run some electricity to this puppy. Now, this electricity that we're going to put into our structure, that's going to be reviews. Reviews will give us the voltage to turn these lights on. Most of you guys are running your digital house over there off of a portable generator. You got 50 reviews 3 years ago and you think that your business is all powered up. But I'm here to tell you that that generator, it ran out of gas a long time ago. We're here to drop a power pole outside the house. Okay, we want a steady stream of voltage or new reviews. We want them hitting your profile every single week, week in and week out. If the current stops flowing, well, your lights go out on the map. We're going to hook you up to the grid so that you never lose electricity again and that you're the brightest shop on the block. And that's going to lead us into pillar number four. Pillar number four is going to be your plumbing or the flow of customers into your business. If your plumbing is full of holes, well, your house is a disaster. In this industry, the phone is your main water line. Every time that phone rings and goes to voicemail, that's a massive leak in your revenue. In 2026, if you aren't talking to a new customer within 90 seconds, you've already lost them. You aren't just missing a lead though, you're donating a customer to that hack that's down the street. We're going to seal off those leaks so that you never flood a competitor's bank account again. Now, we've got ourselves a foundation. We've got ourselves a structure built on this foundation. We have electricity coming in, and we've sealed off all of our leaks. Well, now we just got to make sure that when the storm hits, we're not sitting in the cold. And we're going to do that by adding insulation to the structure so we can keep those frigid temperatures where they belong, outside. And that leads me into pillar number 5, which is going to be the insulation. Because your structure without a high R value, we're just wasting energy and burning money. Most of you out there, you pay for a lead, you do a great job, and then you throw that contact info in a drawer. We're heating the outdoors currently. We need to get in there, we need to insulate the structure, okay? We're going to re-engage the people who already trust you so that when the weather is 72 degrees outside and the emergency calls stop, your shop still stays warm. You shouldn't have to hope for a lead. This insulation is going to keep your schedule full, regardless of the weather forecast. Now look around your town. Those guys with half your experience and they're taking all of the premium calls, they aren't buying leads. They aren't cheating the system. They're just better engineered. They built the structure that the 2026 algorithm trusts. You aren't being outworked. You're being out-engineered. Now you have a choice. You can keep being the gambler, waking up every morning, looking at the thermometer and hoping that the weather decides to pay your mortgage this month. Or you can become an engineer. You can build a data fortress that stands regardless of the season. We're going to fix your foundation pillar by pillar. If you're ready to get your business up to code, well, you better hit that subscribe button right now. In the next video, we're pouring the concrete. I'm going to show you the 3 load-bearing things your website must have to support a 2,000 square foot Google business profile. Fail just one of these and Google will ban you from the map for life. Up next, like I said, pillar 1, the foundation. Now let's get to work.